complaining, and some even built fortresses to survive a second night. However, these players had not encountered any NPCs at all. This led them to doubt whether they were truly playing a survival game. Yet at this moment, this theory was easily debunked in Lin Luo's live stream. It turned out that the game world did not lack NPCs. It was just that players hadn't encountered them yet. Even without the audience's reminders, Lin Luo had heard the call and quickly got up, eager to rush out. Woof woof woof. As soon as she reached the deck, she heard barking coming from below, instinctively drawing the handgun at her waist. Following the sound, she arrived at the bow of the ship, and two figures, a person and a dog, came into her view. Woof woof woof. The black dog on the dock barked even more fiercely upon seeing her. The man beside it looked up and immediately raised his assault rifle, aiming it at her. Wow, Lin. Although they were at a distance, Lin Luo recognized the man on the dock at a glance. He bore a striking resemblance to her brother, Lin Fei. Seeing the man with the gun, Lin Luo was taken aback and almost shouted out loud. However, she quickly realized that this was not the real Lin Fei. Yet, she never expected that the NPC she encountered would resemble Lin Fei so closely. What is this? This is ridiculous. That little rascal actually set the game NPC to look like himself? Does he have no shame? After a moment of internal complaints, Lin Luo finally remembered she was being pointed at with a gun and instinctively spoke up. I escaped here because I was being chased by those monsters. Chased by the night demon? Robert murmured upon hearing this, his expression shifting with a mix of emotions, joy, fear, and a deep-seated loneliness that left him at a loss after seeing a living person. His expression was like that of someone witnessing the collapse of a world they had known for years. Looking at the real person in front of him, his face lit up and his eyes became misty. Facing Lin Luo, who was holding the gun, Robert restrained his excitement and said, I mean no harm. Could you please lower the gun? What a line. As if I have any malicious intent. Lin Luo couldn't help but think as she looked at the NPC with the same face as her brother, the gun pointed at her. It was hard for her to see him as just a game character. Feeling awkward, Lin Luo reholstered her pistol and said, keep an eye on your dog. I don't want to get bitten. Don't worry, Sam is a brave companion. He won't bite you unless he wants to. Robert explained. Wow, are NPCs really this cheeky? Just a creature. How could anyone guess its thoughts? Clearly affected by Lin Fei's attitude, Lin Luo was unwilling to believe Robert's explanation and even rolled her eyes. Suddenly, she thought of something and quickly asked, are you an NPC here? Can I take on a quest? NPC? What is that? Robert looked confused at her question. What? You're an NPC, and you don't even know what an NPC is? No wonder you have a dog. You're a real dog. Hearing Robert's response, Lin Luo completely lost her composure. She immediately climbed down from the ship and angrily walked toward Robert. As she got closer, Robert's sharply defined, clean face appeared on the live stream. His dark eyes, filled with loneliness and a hint of confusion, along with his unique aura, stunned the viewers in the live chat. Whoa, Robert isn't a foreigner. What? Who says that someone with the last name Rowe has to be a foreigner? But to be fair, this guy is somewhat handsome. Right. Men in their 30s are in their prime, truly exuding masculinity. What does masculinity even mean? As Lin Luo approached Robert, the live chat was filled with comments. Meanwhile, Lin Luo was now 100% certain that this guy, who bore a striking resemblance to Lin Fei and had a weathered look, was indeed a game NPC. However, it must be said that the Lin Fei in front of us, who is in his prime, is truly impressive. Even she was taken aback. Is this really her brother? Why does he feel a bit different? Robert, under the invasive gaze of Lin Luo, became even more awkward. You. Hello, my name is Robert. I'm a lucky one from a certain city. However, his dark eyes revealed an undeniable excitement. Wow, look at that look in his eyes. This guy seems to be craving something. He is staring at Sister Luo like he is starving. My goodness, even the NPCs in games are this realistic? I can actually see loneliness and desire in his eyes. Yes, 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 I wanted to say that too. Look at that guy's eyes. There are actually tears in them. What the heck? Is this really an NPC? P.S. Please show some support with a 3-way like and 5-star rating. If you don't mind, please share it in the book circle, as playing solo for too long can easily affect one's mindset. Chapter 031 You bunch of LSPs, he's my brother. Living in a desolate world for years, this person must think he is alone. But one day, when he sees a living person right in front of him, his long-held worldview will inevitably collapse. That long-standing feeling of loneliness bursts forth like a flood, and tears well up in Robert's eyes. After hearing Robert briefly recount his past, the live chat exploded. Wow, this guy is amazing. He has lived alone in this dead city for several years? Incredible. If it were me, I would have gone crazy by now. Oh no. I suddenly feel a bit bittersweet. So cool. Simply magnificent. Damn, why do I feel like I've fallen for this NPC? This man is just too strong. He is so handsome. I can't take it anymore. I think I'm in love with him. Who would have thought that someone could survive alone in this world for years? I'm in love. I declare that from now on. Robert is my husband. Indeed, people can be pushed to their limits. Is the person above really not joking? The viewers in the live chat were stunned. No one could have imagined that this man, who started with just a dog, had managed to hold out in this dead city for years, especially during the conversation. The way he expressed the confusion and excitement after his long-held worldview crumbled and he encountered a living person instantly captured countless hearts. Ugh, these brainless girls. Watching the almost crazed female viewers in the live chat, Lin Luo felt a pang of jealousy. She had been doing well in the game and the live stream. But who would have thought she would be overshadowed by an NPC? Even worse, that NPC looked just like her brother. Where could she complain about this? Are these love-struck girls blind? How could they find Lin Fei, this awkward-looking guy, appealing? If you don't mind, you can rest at my place. The city at night is very dangerous. You must know that. I have a safe fortress and a warm bed, much better than sleeping on the cold deck. Just then, Robert, whose emotions had calmed down considerably, extended an invitation. Wow, is he being this direct? What did you expect? Don't forget, this guy has been lonely for years. Wow, does that mean we're going to be in for a treat? What the heck? Can this content even be live streamed? Seeing the barrage of comments in the live chat, Lin Luo felt a headache coming on. She knew that this bunch of LSPs wouldn't say anything nice. But then she thought this was an invitation from a game NPC. It could be some kind of quest. Lin Luo immediately replied, okay, fine. Saying that, she went to the vehicle to gather her weapons. Ma'am, I don't think you need to take those weapons. I don't lack anything at my place. Be careful. Streamer, that guy has everything at home except for women like you. If it weren't for the NPC being present, Lin Luo would definitely have shot back with a harsh remark. Therefore, she could only silently remember the ID, flying a kite with a cow, and got into Robert's car. Vroom, vroom. The sports car recklessly weaved through the city, and the cold autumn wind poured in through the window, blowing Lin Luo's long hair around. Lost in thought as she gazed at the eerily silent city, she turned to Robert, who bore a striking resemblance to her brother but had a weathered look, and curiously asked, Robert, why don't you leave this dead city? This is my hometown. My family is buried here, Robert replied, glancing at Lin Luo with a hint of a smile. As long as you hide your scent before dark and find a safe place to stay, this city can actually be quite beautiful. Beautiful? If you consider being able to use anything on the street and drive cars as beautiful, then sure. But those bloodthirsty night demons instantly make it feel anything but, Lin Luo thought to herself, deeply resonating with the sentiment. After passing through several blocks, they quickly arrived at a plaza with a towering stone gate. Not far from the square, dozens of luxury cars were parked along the roadside. To Lin Luo's surprise, Robert parked his car in a space. Let's go. My home is just over there, Robert said, taking a bucket of disinfectant from the trunk of another car. But first, I need to clean our scent. Soon, they arrived in front of a villa. Robert, ever the gentleman, invited her inside. On the way, Lin Luo had thought that after living alone in this world for years, his place would be luxurious and extravagant. However, when she saw the simple furnishings in Robert's home, she was taken aback. Inviting her to sit on the sofa, Robert decided to prepare a hearty lunch to welcome Lin Luo. In no time, a meal that was not exquisite but quite abundant was laid out on the table. The dining table was filled with a variety of dishes, and there was even a large piece of grilled meat on their plates. Seeing the food, viewers in the live stream immediately went wild. Robert is so handsome. A true example of a man. I can't take it anymore. I think I'm in love. Damn, I ended up liking a game character while playing a game. What do I do? Wow, how does this guy study cooking every day? I really want a husband like that. Wow, you bunch of shameless fans. Can you have some dignity? That's my brother, Lin Luo thought, feeling a wave of bitterness. These women have no shame at all. Each one of them is trying to go after someone so much younger. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Lin Luo, a new post suddenly appeared in a forum titled I Am Legend Robert. As soon as the forum opened, it immediately attracted countless female users. Among them was a skilled female player who directly posted, showcasing screenshots from the game along with her own stunning photos. The weathered face and melancholic eyes, combined with a perfectly toned physique, were simply captivating. This instantly drove the female fans wild. Additionally, a talented individual created a new game poster. Set against a backdrop of a desolate, crumbling concrete jungle, it featured a long gun, a person, and a dog walking through a rain-soaked street strewn with fallen leaves. It instantly conveyed the loneliness and desolation of a post-apocalyptic world. The fans went crazy, downloading this newly uploaded poster to use as their screensaver and wallpaper. In less than an hour, the number of posts in the forum skyrocketed to tens of thousands. The name Robert had truly spread across the country. Meanwhile, even more shockingly, Lin Luo saw her livestream audience numbers soar as Robert gained fans, with viewers skyrocketing to a terrifying million in just a few minutes. Chapter 032 Kneeling. He is a legend. Instantly dozens of monetization schemes kneeling. Robert, this name. Not only did it not fade away with Lin Luo's stream, but it also spread across the internet like a viral epidemic. At this moment, all players following the updates of I Am Legend VR remembered this name. It had nothing to do with his identity as a game NPC. It was simply because of that resolute, weathered face that would come to mind whenever one closed their eyes. As the replay of Lin Luo's livestream was played back, players worldwide began frantically searching for this man in the game. With more players interacting with him, increasingly more information was uncovered. Under the fervent digging by players across the internet, they felt more and more astonished. It turned out that this man, with a weathered appearance, solitude, and resilience, was actually an expert in infectious diseases. He witnessed a tragic plane crash while sending off his wife and daughter as a virus was about to ravage the city. This man, who saw his family leave, chose to stay in this dead city, ultimately becoming the last human alive, born with natural immunity to the virus. He roamed the city by day with his only companion, a loyal dog named Sam, searching for survivors or researching methods to cure the virus in a laboratory. What a great man. Until this moment, everyone realized the true meaning of I Am Legend. In this city plagued by monsters, he is the legend, a living legend. Forums, social media, blogs, any article or post that mentioned Robert from I Am Legend went viral, and it was an overwhelming success. The comments below the posts surged at a rate of thousands per minute. Wow, Robert is so touching. Yes, this man is so great. If I were to find a husband, it should be someone like him. If Robert really existed in this world, I would be willing to have a bunch of kids for him. So handsome. This is what a real man looks like. Forget about young idols and male gods. They are all trash. Who has amazing screenshots of Robert? I'll pay a high price for them. That night, the character Robert took the entire internet by storm. Related topics dominated the trending searches, with Robert occupying 3 out of 10 trending terms. Robert's rise was unstoppable. At the same time, another topic began to circulate, which was, just because you study medicine doesn't mean you can save the world. Robert's popularity was undeniable, and some celebrities who saw the trend quickly jumped on the bandwagon. Boss Yang. Wow, this game is so fun, especially Robert, he really moved me. This is a true man. Fat D. Haha, from now on, I am a fan of Robert. Jiang 1. I think I Am Legend VR is a great game. If possible, I'd love to adapt it into a movie. Bing Bing. If there really were people like Robert in this world, I would be willing to leave the entertainment industry for him. However, such sentiments were not limited to just one country. Especially on the continent known for its heroism, almost all players were instantly captivated by Robert's character. In several well-known forums, countless netizens were frantically leaving messages to promote him. Wow, this Robert is way cooler than Spider-Man. Yes, even though he is of Eastern descent. I swear I have already fallen for this man. I declare that from now on, my idol is no longer the popular character, but this mysterious Eastern man. Incredible, Robert. Truly incredible. It's hard to imagine how he managed to survive alone in that world for years. I Am Legend VR is so amazing. I have now interacted with Robert. Did you know? After meeting him, I realized that he is not only great, but also a scholar. In contrast to the excitement in the West, some factories in the East have sensed an opportunity. The manufacturing sector here is renowned worldwide, and this cannot be denied. Even the most advanced technological products can be mass-produced in no time if they enter this market. Moreover, the prices are incredibly low. Because of these factors, as Robert gained popularity online, countless factories eager to seize the opportunity quickly sprang into action. Within just 2 hours, numerous posters and figurines were listed on e-commerce platforms, and sales were exceptionally strong. We live in an era of advanced networking and profit-driven businesses. At the headquarters, the conference room was brightly lit despite it being late at night. A somewhat weary-looking manager gazed at several supervisors. The potential for this game is immense. Setting aside the storyline, everything in the game is something we cannot possess, especially the graphics and built-in AI, not to mention the soundtrack, which are all beyond our reach. This could mark a revolution in the gaming industry for the entire world. However, for us, it is a setback. We are currently too passive and must find a way to respond. Otherwise, within a week, our gaming market will face significant challenges. Upon hearing the manager's words, the supervisors all displayed troubled expressions. Everyone understood the reasoning, but what could they use to resist? With their collection of mediocre free games? Dream on. Everyone knew the reality, but no one dared to voice it. Yet, they couldn't remain silent. If they didn't come up with a plan, they might find themselves out of a job by tomorrow. After a moment of silence in the office, a middle-aged supervisor stood up. Manager, I think we should also ride this wave of popularity. We could launch an event for all the FPS games we represent, introducing a series of skins featuring Robert, along with a gift box, while also adding a range of gaming equipment and weapons from I Am Legend VR to our servers. If we handle this wave of excitement well, we can definitely make a hefty profit. The executives in the gaming department began discussing how to capitalize on the buzz around I Am Legend VR. Yes, It's about riding the wave of popularity, not development. I have to say, the executives at the company are quite clever. In just a short time, they came up with dozens of monetization plans, starting with leveraging the hype and releasing new skins. If they manage to ride this wave well, it could really turn into a profitable venture for them. However, while the proposals from the team are indeed good, I believe this isn't a fundamental solution to the problem. Even if we capitalize on this wave of hype, what comes next? I think we should increase our efforts and investment in developing a new game. Just then, the head of the game development project, sitting at the far end of the desk, spoke up. Development? That takes a lot of effort and money. And there's no guarantee that players will buy it. It's much safer to rely on. One executive questioned, then continued. The best approach is to find a way to connect with the player community and strive for an acquisition. Acquisition? I wish it were that easy. Getting in touch might as well be a fantasy. Since the afternoon, the entire network at the company has been mobilized. But we still can't reach the studio behind Legendary VR. The project lead took off his glasses and tiredly rubbed his temples. It's giving me a headache. Chapter 033. Preparing for a new game. A call from the Penguin the next day. Just as dawn broke, Lin Fei woke up. The first thing he did was check his emotional value. Emotional value. 12, 140, 131. Phew. Finally reached 10 million. Looking at the 12 million emotional value, Lin Fei smiled. With this more than 10 million emotional value, he could better develop the subsequent games. Thinking of this, Lin Fei began to inquire. How much emotional value is needed to develop the entire Resident Evil series? The Resident Evil series involves a complete world system, requiring 1 billion emotional value. Hiss. That's a lot. Even though he was mentally prepared, hearing the whole figure of 1 billion still made Lin Fei gasp. Fortunately, he was prepared and did not intend to do it all at once. Moreover, even if he did, he probably wouldn't be able to set everything up completely. What about the plot modifications for the first and second Resident Evil movies? Customizing the transformations for Resident Evil 1 and 2 requires 10 million emotional value. 10 million. That's not bad, a reasonable price. After receiving the system's reply, Lin Fei nodded secretly, feeling that this price was completely acceptable. In a good mood, he tidied up a bit, took advantage of the early start to go out for a walk, and on the way back, he conveniently bought 2 breakfasts. By the time he returned to his sister's house, Lin Luo was already up. Oh, look at you. Getting up so early? Placing the breakfast on the dining table, Lin Fei looked at Lin Luo, who was grooming herself, in surprise. How can you say that? Just look at this. Lin Fei was silent. But once he spoke, Lin Luo immediately stopped putting on her makeup, picked up her phone, unlocked it, and threw her contacts in front of him. Wow, your business is a bit frightening. Lin Fei was also startled by the large number of missed calls. Looking at all the missed calls from landline numbers. If he didn't know better, he might think they were targeted by telecom fraud. However, both Lin Fei and Lin Luo were clear that those missed calls were from various game companies or firms. What do you think we should do? These calls are seriously affecting my personal life now. Lin Luo stood in front of Lin Fei with her hands on her hips, looking down at him with a queenly demeanor. Raise my pay. Lin Fei glanced at Lin Luo and calmly tossed his phone aside, saying, We agreed yesterday that you are now the external image ambassador and business department manager for the Player Kingdom. Whether or not to answer these calls is your business. I only have one requirement, which is to refuse cooperation with all companies. The rest is up to you. All right, you bastard, did you know this day would come? Hearing his words, Lin Luo's expression immediately hardened, angrily stating, Since you vetoed that, what else can I decide? In that case, I won't answer either. With that, Lin Luo bent down, grabbed the phone next to Lin Fei, and angrily walked towards her room. Seeing this, Lin Fei hurriedly shouted, Hey, I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm not in the mood to deal with you, so you can eat by yourself. With that, Lin Luo slammed the door shut, and there was no further sound. Was that a bit too much? Looking at the closed door, Lin Fei hesitated for a moment. However, this hesitation didn't last long. Just a few seconds later, he brushed it aside. The next game was imminent, and the content was far from simple. Even with the help of a system, the game plot optimization, settings, and quest items all needed to be personally defined by him. Given the vast framework of the game, relying solely on himself was unrealistic. He was just an ordinary person, lacking extensive experience and creativity, so establishing a planning studio was essential. After hastily finishing breakfast, he left the house. Once downstairs, he didn't exit the community, but began to wander around aimlessly. Of course, this wandering wasn't without purpose. Before long, he was accompanied by a real estate agent and purchased several adjacent houses not far from his sister's place. 2 floors, 6 3-bedroom apartments. To Lin Fei, money was just a number. With financial backing, everything was smooth sailing, and all the paperwork was handled by the agency. Once the properties were secured, the next step was the renovation, which was simple for Lin Fei. When he established his company, he had already contacted a renovation firm. House viewing, design, and rendering were completed in just one morning, all done swiftly. Indeed, these houses near his sister's home were the chosen location for his comeback company. With his current financial capacity, renting an office building was not a problem, but this time he chose not to, partly because the number of people needed was small, and partly because he felt that designing the office space in a cozy home style was more inviting. Plus, he wouldn't have to live at his sister's place anymore. With the studio matters temporarily settled, Lin Fei posted a recruitment ad on the local information center online. Our company is recruiting nationwide for the following positions: 2 script designers. Age, previous experience preferred. 2 public relations personnel, no educational requirements, just smart and articulate. This quirky recruitment ad immediately drew attention, especially the last position, which gave people the impression of being on a wild ride. Just how much of a masochistic tendency did one need to have? Being smart and sharp-tongued? Just thinking about it was painful. Of course, most people with such thoughts merely found it amusing and didn't take the recruitment notice seriously. However, there are many poor people in the world, and even though the ad seemed absurd, quite a few still sent in their resumes based on the contact information. After handling everything, that evening, Lin Fei received numerous resumes, filtering out about 10 reliable candidates and arranging to meet in the garden of the Jinsheng Garden community the next day. Not to mention the astonishment of those who replied. When Lin Fei returned home, he was bombarded once again. I'm so furious. What are these people thinking? They come to us for collaboration, acting all high and mighty. What's going on? Looking at her sister, who was as angry as a lion, Lin Fei asked with confusion. What's going on? It's those people from your game. I kindly answered their call, and each one of them. Before Lin Luo could finish, her phone rang again. Look, with a face full of anger. Lin Luo instinctively wanted to hang up, but somehow ended up answering. Once the call was connected, and she held the phone to her ear, she looked up at Lin Fei with a strange expression. Noticing her gaze, Lin Fei turned around with confusion. What's wrong now? Seeing his inquiry, Lin Luo quickly covered the phone's microphone and whispered, it's a call from a certain company. A certain company? Lin Fei was taken aback and then reached out to Lin Luo, signaling her to hand him the phone. He had quite a grudge against that company. Now that they had the audacity to call, there was no way he would let this opportunity slip by. Chapter 034, Slapping the Penguin. Preparing to release the news, I'm the chief designer of I Am Legend VR. Lin Fei answered the phone and clearly stated his identity. As soon as he finished speaking, a gasp could be heard from the other end, followed by silence. Not long after, a very pleasant woman's voice came through. Hello. I'm Li Li, the director of the business department at the company. May I ask your name, sir? Lin Fei didn't show any courtesy just because the caller was a woman. His tone was indifferent, even a bit cold. Let us skip the name. Just say what you need to say. Hearing his tone, Director Li, far away at the headquarters, felt her smile fade. She was not someone to be dismissed. In past business dealings, everyone had treated her politely. Now, however, it was clear that the person on the call was extremely cold. If it weren't for specific instructions from her superior, she might have hung up right away. After calming herself slightly, Director Li forced a smile, trying to soften her tone. Sir, the thing is, our company is interested in acquiring. Before she could finish, Lin Fei interrupted directly. Acquiring I Am Legend VR? How much can your company offer? Or can you even afford it? With that, the sound of a light scoff was clearly heard from the speakerphone. Lin Luo, who was nearby, couldn't help but cover his mouth, shaking with suppressed laughter. Looking up at his brother, he thought, this guy is really something. He's even getting a woman riled up. After a moment, Director Li's voice came through again. Sir, do you not believe in our company's capabilities? Lin Fei leaned back on the sofa, hands behind his head, and replied dismissively. Capabilities? I believe that you have the power to acquire. But I'm not sure if you can meet my demands. If you're prepared to make 100 small goals, I might consider it. 100 small goals? The confusion in Director Li's voice was evident, but she quickly followed up. Sir, that joke isn't funny. Do you know what 100 billion means? To be frank, if we had that kind of money, we could develop on our own. As soon as Lin Fei heard the phrase develop on our own, his expression darkened. Develop on your own? When have you guys, who only know how to act as agents and plagiarize others' work, ever understood independent development? You keep talking about free games, yet you're worse than anyone at squeezing money from players. If I let you handle this game, it would probably turn into a bottomless pit of spending, right? Let me be clear. All games in my country refuse external cooperation, especially companies like yours that disguise themselves as free while draining players' hard-earned money. As soon as Lin Fei finished speaking, a gritting voice came from the phone. Sir, please watch your words, or I will sue you for defamation. Defamation? Did I say anything wrong? Didn't you steal someone else's game? Nonsense. Thank you for your call. It was quite enjoyable, Lin Fei said, then immediately hung up, giving the other party no chance to retort. This outburst instantly made him feel much better inside. Although he couldn't take down the opponent for now, it was nice to vent. The venting was done. But what he would face next might be a series of retaliations from the other side. Don't doubt it. With the resources and tactics of that large corporation, they could definitely do something like this. Is this really okay? Watching her brother confront the director of that corporation, Lin Luo felt a twinge of worry. After all, compared to such a large group, the two sisters probably didn't even measure up to ants in their eyes. Is it good or not? Sooner or later, they would clash. Since they had come at us, why shouldn't we fight back? Lin Fei adjusted his mental plan slightly and said, tonight when you go live, don't force it. Just hint a little at the content of the next game. No need for too much. Just tell the audience that the next game world is a real open world. And it's not a dead city, but a complete world. What? A world? Lin Luo's eyes widened, mistakenly thinking she heard wrong. Yes, it's a world. A world with a complete system. Lin Fei nodded in response. Hiss. Hearing Lin Fei's precise answer, Lin Luo couldn't help but gasp. No matter how hard she tried to imagine, she couldn't picture what a complete world would look like. Could it be like the real world, with countries and cities? Then, wouldn't that mean the game map is incredibly vast? Seeing her sister's astonished expression, Lin Fei shook his head and smiled, saying, no need to think too much. You can compare it to reality. That world can be considered another world. Of course, I will adjust the time inside. Otherwise, it might exhaust the players. True. If it really followed your suggestion with a one-time replication, staying in that world would probably be torturous. Lin Luo instinctively said upon hearing his answer. Who told you it's just one person? Lin Fei looked at Lin Luo in confusion. Not just one person. Lin Luo repeated, then suddenly realized something. Her eyes widening in surprise. What did you say? Not just one person? Is it a multiplayer mode? Multiplayer? Recalling his initial plan, Lin Fei didn't reject it and nodded. It's considered multiplayer online. What does considered mean? Lin Luo clearly didn't understand Lin Fei's plan, and she couldn't grasp such an explanation. However, seeing that Lin Fei didn't seem to want to elaborate further, she got up dejectedly and returned to her room to start preparing for the upcoming live stream. Thinking about the news of the next game being spread from her own lips, a proud smile couldn't help but appear on her face. During this time, she received several phone calls, but in her cheerful mood, Lin Luo declined them all. She was busy until 6 in the evening, and when it was time to go live, she finally silenced her phone, adjusted all the equipment, and started the broadcast. As soon as the stream began, over 100,000 viewers flooded into the chat room. Lin Luo had become accustomed to this situation recently. Now, if her stream didn't attract over 100,000 viewers, that would be unusual. It can be said that Lin Luo is recognized as the leading figure on the platform. Even those flirty female streamers couldn't hide their envy. However, Lin Luo didn't pay much attention to it. She clearly understood that as long as her brother's gaming career continued, she would keep thriving. Finally, Sister Luo is online. I was wondering if you could start streaming earlier tomorrow. Look at Sister Zhou and Little May next door. They're streaming back to back. Who says otherwise? Even a workhorse doesn't take as many breaks as you do. Let us get started. Looking at the barrage of comments, Lin Luo felt as sweet as if she had just eaten honey. She knew very well that the popularity of her stream was not just because of her presence. Although her connection with the gaming realm wasn't made public yet, smart people could guess at least a few things. Many viewers were there for the insider information. Aware of this, she didn't hesitate to drop some hints, just as Lin Fei had instructed. Sorry, I was visiting the studio during the day. The studio? Wow. Sister Luo isn't going to the Player's Realm studio, is she? P.S. The 4th update is complete. Please support with a 3-part interaction. Dear brothers and sisters, please lend a hand and share something. It's a bit quiet here. Chapter 035 don't talk about driving skills. Even a Kirin arm can be practiced. You can eat randomly, but you can't spread nonsense. Lin Luo entered the game. Her character logged in at Robert's villa while she clarified, as the saying goes. The more you explain, the darker it gets. Some things, the more you deny, the more people will believe. At this moment, the audience in the live stream was just like that. Huh. Sister Luo, don't quibble. Whether you lied or not, I can tell just by looking at you. That's right. When Sister Luo lies, her eyes wander. All this talk is useless. When will Sister Luo invite the game creator to the live stream so we can see what that ultimate madman looks like? Yeah. When are you bringing that dog creator to the stream? We promised to blow up your live stream. The old fans could tell at a glance that Lin Luo was lying, and the live stream erupted with excitement. Everyone was shouting to see the legendary ultimate mad designer. Guys, I can't fulfill that request. Lin Luo quickly responded. Seeing the enthusiasm of the fans was a bit overwhelming. At this moment in the game, Lin Luo's character had already walked to the door. Before she could reach the door, it was opened, and Robert said in surprise, "You're awake. Breakfast is ready. Let's go to the dining room." Okay. Looking at the familiar face, Lin Luo felt a bit out of place in her response. Seeing her reply, Robert turned and headed downstairs to prepare. When Lin Luo made it downstairs, she heard Robert talking to himself. Should we prepare some fresh food for the guest? Or should we go hunting later? Woof woof. As the dog barked, Lin Luo, coming down the stairs, saw the blackback dog Sam standing in front of Robert, looking impatient. Hee hee, even if we